Our winter is about to come back in a very big way, everybody. We have that other cold blast coming through all the way to the middle of the month and showing that we have multiple upper level lows right off the west coast that is going to feed precipitation into this front as it comes down with the cold temperatures, bringing big snowstorms even all the way across the southern U.S., which also means that freezing temperatures is coming towards the south again after this event that you have now, which is bringing a record cold all the way down southern Florida. This will be a dangerous cold and a historic snowstorm. So the latest information that come out this morning from National Weather Service showing the impacts of this snowstorm. So what you have here in general is you have your low pressure here. This is bringing all these snow impacts. Then you have your other coastal low right off the coast, and this is bringing these impacts along the coast. But you can see with the legend right here on the right that all this light blue is all going 1 to 2 inches of snow. The dark blue is all 3 to 4 inches. All this yellow is 6 inches going towards 8 inches. All this darker orange right here is 8 inches. But you do see along the east coast of North Carolina, now it's showing true. Now we got this big pocket of 8 inches, even the big pocket by the Outer Banks of 12 inches plus, everybody. Still showing this is where your blizzards are going to be, and the southern Delmarva. Also over here for the northeast, you can see from Nantucket towards Boston, showing we're still going to have some dry pockets where there's not going to be no precipitation coming down for a lot of people for multiple hours. You can see this here. You get chances for a lot of dry pockets, especially for North Carolina and the coast right here. Look at this, going towards Myrtle Beach of South Carolina. Just snowfall right there. This is going to lower your rates. Now, as you go through this afternoon, this is where you get frontogenesis still, because you still have that low pressure, that upper level low. You can see this here. You're getting all this snowfall from this upper level low, bringing the snow, but you do get frontogenesis right here along the coast of South Carolina. This is help brewing up our storms, making heavier snowfall rates. Then we have that coastal low that still gets that snow cane, but brings this snowfall along the coast. So we still have the two working together, but you can see that we clearly get some frontogenesis over here for the South Carolina snow, and we get over here along that coastal low that just strengthens and brings a lot of snow. And as you go through the evening, it brings the heavy snowfall totals really a lot towards the coast. And as that transitions overnight for tonight, it's going to move offshore rather quickly by tomorrow morning. Shown by the latest run by HRRR that we could have a big problem with dry pockets over here for North Carolina, where you won't see any snow. Everybody will get snow around you, then everybody else will get just 6 to 9 inches towards that foot. But this right here has been trending the last few runs, that we're going to see some dry pockets for North Carolina. Now let's get into the next weather pattern, because this is what I really want to alert you all about. You still see on our Arctic oscillation, you've ever been here before, this tells us about the cold air coming through and how deep. This is how my subscribers knew about this cold blast coming from the last winter storm, this winter storm, and I've been screaming at it for about a minute for what's going on with this cold blast coming down. So you can see the latest information showing that after we get out of this cold blast, that's going to go even deeper, potentially all the way down towards a -6 again, all the way from the 9th all the way towards the 12th. And if you look at your NAO, your North Atlantic oscillation, we're going into that negative tilt with that as well. So when you have a negative NAO, this is a blocking pattern in the Atlantic. It brings a deep trough of cold air all the way towards the southern and the eastern U.S. And showing true, we're going to have this again. And maybe another step up as we go through the end of February before we go through the March transition. You can even see on GFS, it is trending as you go all the way from the 9th through the 12th. We have that other cold blast coming through. GFS is showing it's going to continuously stay until then. And you can see with the NAO also showing that negative. So once again, this is a trend. Is shown with both deterministic models now. We've been waiting for this. We've been showing this data for quite some time. Now these storms are going to move around a little bit, but the trough coming through with the precipitation is the weather pattern that we're looking at. So here's what you can expect for the first half of February, everybody. So as we're getting this storm system right off the East Coast, you can see our jet stream that we have this high pressure over here along the west. This is going to create this high ridge that we have, and this is going to go even higher, but it's also bringing this trough down from the central and the eastern U.S. And there's going to be swaths of precipitation come through, bringing swaths of snow while we go through the next few days. You see how it's in that pattern, just bringing swaths of snow. And another storm system possibly by the end of this week coming right around the Kentucky, Ohio Valley, going out through the Mid-Atlantic, showing the latest information that is trending, that it's having a hard time getting low pressure formed, and it's just going to bring another swath of snow across. I will show you. But at the same time, you can see this high ridge building over here along the west coast because we're getting this other cold blast coming through on this next pattern while we have upper level lows. Now, these upper level lows is going to swing in precipitation from the west into the jet stream as this comes down for February, showing multiple chances of loaded snowstorms. So the first one shows from the central towards the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, out through the northeast. The second one, as we go even deeper from the 9th through the 12th, shows another possible southern storm just feeding precipitation from the Gulf back to back. Look at those, back to back, bringing chances for southern snowstorms. So this weather pattern is literally starting in 7 to 8 days, and this is going to bring colder temperatures all the way towards the south again, while those lows pull it even further south as we go through the middle of February. Just showing a really cold pattern. This is your temperatures. And the wind chill shows it even deeper. So we're going through another winter 2.0, just like what we just had. But this one's going deeper and stronger. Now, this is going to move around a little bit, but make sure you stay tuned. I will keep you updated. You can see the latest information right here with the Euro. So here's our upper level low, bringing our snow right here on the western portion of this storm. And as we go a little bit further, there's our low pressure on the coast, the coastal low, bringing the snow over there along the coast. So that's where the two different pieces of your snowstorm is coming through. Right after that, we're getting little swaths of snow that's going to come across, add up to a half an inch for some an inch or a little more. Not much. But showing that storm coming as we go Tuesday into Wednesday is having a hard time getting a surface low because of the angle of the weather pattern. Showing is going to bring more warmer temperatures on the south. You're going to get rain. But that is going to bring a swath of snow somewhere along Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio Valley as we go through Tuesday into Wednesday. But this is that weather pattern that we're in where the cold's coming straight from the north towards the Mid-Atlantic for a few days, bringing multiple swaths of snow and maybe even another strong clipper that we can see coming maybe in 5 or 6 days. But after that is that weather pattern, everybody, where we're going to get the upper level low feeding the precipitation. We get that cold blast coming through, and we're going to see snowstorms coming further and further south as we go through the middle of February. Now, these are going to move around a little bit, but it is going to go deeper and deeper. You can see it's trending on GFS as well. Not only that second storm not really getting a lot of strength to it, just bringing another swath of snow, maybe 1 to 3 inches. Then we got that cold blast coming through behind it. But then as we go into the weekend and beyond, here's that same storm system bringing multiple snowstorms going deeper and deeper into the U.S. Now, this right here is literally right past 8 days, going towards 9 days. So obviously it's going to move around a little bit. What I'm trying to show you is a weather pattern, because weather is going to be further towards the east or a little bit further towards the west and further towards the south. We got to get a little bit closer. But what we are seeing is the precipitation is going to be there, the temperatures are going to be there, and the weather pattern bringing this deeper towards the south will also be there. So if you want to believe in the groundhog forecasting thing, let me be your groundhog. We definitely have 6 more weeks of winter, showing that as we get that snowy pattern coming through and maybe that storm, that clipper coming after that. So we're going to have a snowy pattern bringing 1 to 2, maybe some people getting 3 inches. It all depends. It's going to be a little hit and miss. Then we're going to get that clipper coming maybe in 6 days. So we'll watch out for that as well. But I'm trying to show you the weather pattern. Look below it. Snowstorm coming across after snowstorm coming across and going deeper and deeper. This is with the Euro. This is the 0Z with the GFS. And this is the 6Z with the GFS, the latest update. Now, once again, this is going to move around a little bit, but with the heavy precipitation coming from these systems, coming into our subtropical jet again, bringing the cold temperatures, we are going to see more problems of this. And we all know it's not going to all be about snow. It's going to bring a lot of ice and a lot more problems. Now, quick update. You can see they've been in the freezing temperatures all week. Matter of fact, the latest number, unfortunately, is 100 or a little over 100 people has died from this last winter weather pattern, from the winter storm and the cold temperatures. So God bless them and their families. We still have people without power, 186,000 so far. Tennessee is still 56,000 without power, been without power all week. Mississippi is still 75,000, and Northern Louisiana, they've been without power all week. Still got 24,000 without power. Still got Ohio, 6,600, Massachusetts, 3,900, Texas, 3,000, Pennsylvania, 2,300, Maine, 2,300. But once again, and during these freezing temperatures that we had for this morning and all the negative temperatures and the wind chills that they feel for this morning with no power, everybody. Now, this is a very cold morning for today, and even our highs, freezing temperatures, are going to stick around. So your snowfall is going to stay for today. Remember, you have very cold wind chills pulling right behind this. Then as we go through for tomorrow morning, this is where it starts pivoting towards the south some more, especially towards Florida as we go through for Sunday and Monday. So freezing temperatures coming down again for tomorrow all across the Gulf states. So your snowfall is going to stay obviously again, and your wind chills for tomorrow morning. Now, Monday we're going to see changes. So Monday, you're going to see the freezing temperatures coming all the way down Florida again, and with the wind chills. So don't forget about that. But your highs, you're going to retract back all the way from Monday. This is going to help melt anything that's over here in the south as far as freezing rain or snow. Over here along the mid-Atlantic, a lot of it is going to melt, but some of it could not melt, especially in the shaded areas, and then it's going to refreeze again. But it will come back down again for Tuesday with freezing temperatures, so it will refreeze whatever precipitation is on the ground. Now you got black ice. Once again, watch out for those roads, especially the ones that stay in the shade. Annual wind chills for Tuesday morning still going all the way down Florida. But good news, Tuesday it's really going to warm up, and any snow that is left will be gone, everybody. And the wind chills, it will stay northern. Before I go, a quick word from our Father. Psalm 91, 1 through 5, everybody. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Amen. Thank you again for your time and your help, and above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh, because He saved me. Amen. And I wish the best for you every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Get ready for these temperatures if you're in the south.